Come on, everybody. Here we go. Off to Weberland.
Hi, friends.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Ryan.
We are Adventures in Weberland, episode 52. 52.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every episode, I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
Yes. That is awesome.
Yeah.
But today is not an awesome day.
No, I'm
in
sad.
the world of Disney World. So we record a couple days before we release our episodes. So today is Saturday, June 7th already, June 7th. Side note, happy birthday to Jagger. We did celebrate Jagger's birthday last week, June 2nd. He turned 4. Crazy. Anyway.
And everyone got sick.
Yeah. So
that's why there was nothing last week.
We should probably mention that. Yeah, we all got sick. And that's why we had to skip a week. But June 7th, today is June 7th, sad day in Disney World. Ryan, why?
Muppet Vision 3D, whatever you want to call it.
All of Muppets.
All of them. Oh, well, they're moving. Apparently, according to Kermit in the video, they're moving to Sunset Boulevard.
Well, the area in Hollywood Studios where all of Muppets lives is no more as of tonight. Yeah, it's sad.
I'm very sad.
Right, so we knew this was coming. Everyone knew this was coming, right? That it was closing, and they're going to be putting Monstropolis there, Monsters Inc. land, and they are moving. Well, they're not really moving. They're making Rock and Roller Coaster. They're going to turn it into Muppets. Yeah. What is it called? Muppets Mayhem or something?
Muppets Mayhem, yeah.
Right. So it's going to be, the roller coaster's still going to stay, but they're theming it to Muppets.
Yeah.
But the thing I think that everyone's upset about is Muppet Vision 3D, which has been around for forever.
Yeah, 91. We looked it up.
Yeah. And it's, you mentioned something like Jim Henson actually worked on that?
Yeah, it was the last thing that he worked on.
Yeah.
Before he passed. And I think Jim Henson thought that, be secure with Disney. But I heard something, too, that it was never supposed to be. There was like something written where it was never supposed to be taken down. Or like never taken away. Yeah. It was always supposed to be there.
Per him?
Yeah. But I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors out there with that stuff. I'm also sad that, it's turning into a roller coaster. This is something right now that a family can go in, like us as a family of 4 with little kids that can go and watch Muppet Vision 3D, and they tie it in with Mickey at the end and all that. And we can't do that with Muppets Mayhem, so...
That's true. I actually feel bad because today we were kind of talking about it, and Jagger overheard us, and he's like, "Oh, on our next trip, can we go see the Muppet show?" I was like, "Well, not really." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Well, it's closing." And he goes, "Well, when it reopens." I'm like,
well, we hope, right? I mean, there is a chance. I don't know if the
show will.
Now, Villains right now opened up, right? The Villains show, but everyone's saying, "Oh, it can go in there," and actually, the theater is beautiful, apparently, in there. So. There might be a chance it can always move there. It could.
Maybe, yeah, because the Villain show is just it's temporary thing, right? We all know that, right?
Yeah.
That's it's kind of a placeholder, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. Put something else there then, But I guess with Villains Land opening, who knows when?
Yeah.
I don't know. Lots of changes. Happening, obviously, and a lot that we're aware of, and I'm sure there are more that we're not. I believe they announced that the transition from Rock and Roller Coaster to Muppets Mayhem is in 2026.
Yeah, I think so. Next year, I think. Yeah, that's what I read today too. There's a lot coming out today, and Kermit made a video and said they were moving, and a lot of people agree with me on the comments too. I was reading them. And they were saying how Kermit doesn't sound the same anymore, and bring back the other guy that used to do it, and so people were upset about that. But they're also saying that, how am I going to take my kid on a roller coaster? Or, there was a lot of comments of this is not Muppets. I don't know. They vote that Disney has always kind of pushed the Muppets aside. There was people saying that, but I mean they are getting something else. which is good.
Right.
And if someone even said, "Oh, put Miss Piggy's fountain where Rock and Roll, where it's going to be in Muppets Mayhem," and that's a good idea.
I hope they do keep that.
That would be good.
Let me mention something for a second, because I don't want to make all of this negative, right?
No,
we're sad this is closing, but
Yeah.
I really don't want to make it a negative thing because, again, there's so many changes that happen in Disney World, in Disney in general, the company itself, right? And it's just things that we need to get used to. But let's go back to before we knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
How long would you wait for Muppets Vision 3D?
Not zero.
How many people would you find in Pizza Rizzo eating that pizza? Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? Like, even going into that area, it was always very quiet. Now, great for us because we're fans of it, right? But if you think about everything else, I'll even just use Hollywood Studios as an example. We don't even have to touch the other parks, but compared to everything else, right? There are things that have been there for a very long time. Star Tours, which you can probably get a 25-minute wait out of that. Okay, fine. Tower of Terror, which is impossible to get on if you don't have a lightning lane, right? Even Rock and Roller Coaster. These are things that have been there for forever, and yet you're still going to stand there and wait an hour. Whereas with the Muppets area, every time we went back there, it was very, very quiet. Even Mama Melrose, people didn't even know that restaurant was back there because it was so hidden.
I think that's part of it too. Is like Rock and Roller Coaster is popular, right? But then Aerosmith's contract was up, so they're like, well, we want to build Monstropolis, so let's put it where Muppets is and move Muppets there. And that must have been someone's idea to do it. So then, unfortunately, you get rid of Muppet Vision 3D. But I also, today, I said this to you, I was like, why couldn't they just leave it? Is because it looks like they're keeping the theater.
You mean like keep the building?
Keep Muppets there, and then you go into Monstropolis after that. But if the theater, they must be doing something with the theater. They must be knocking it down. I don't know, because in order to make room for everything, I'm not sure. But if they're going to reuse the theater, why not just keep it Muppets? Because everything's already kind of misplaced. But
that really doesn't make sense because especially if the entrance is going to stay the entrance, that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean? But if they keep the building, I would assume they would make it something Monsters Inc. I mean, I don't think they're going to move the laugh floor.
No.
The laugh floor is either going to stay in Magic Kingdom or they're going to get rid of it, but they're not going to recreate the laugh floor. They're not going to move it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was actually really surprised that they're putting Monsters Inc. there because if you go up a little ways, Star Tours is there, and then there's Galaxy's Edge. So I was thinking, oh, they're going to put some. I always thought that Muppets was going to be taken away. I've said this to you maybe a couple of years ago, actually, and they're going to probably put something Star Wars there instead
to mesh it all together
because it's misplaced again. So but they, I think this is. I'm excited for Monsters Inc. and I think it's going to be really cool. I just hope. In some way, like they said, they were going to preserve Muppet Vision 3D, and that's what I keep hearing. So I hope I want to see what that,
You know what I think?
Entails.
I think it's going to end up on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Well, you can. Yeah, I think that's good. It's just not 3D.
I know
it's made for 3D.
Yeah, so. That's fair. But I think if you're a big enough fan, you're not really going to care as long as you can see it again.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's what because I heard. I don't know if it happened already or if they're doing it tonight. I don't really know when it's taking place, but I heard, and again, could be wrong. This is maybe just a rumor. I don't know that they were going to be doing some type of filming of it in like the middle of the night, basically, when the park was closed.
Okay.
So again, what are they doing with that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know.
The one thing I don't like about the Muppet Vision 3D is the queue. Is like that room you have to wait so long. I feel like in the waiting room because the other one, that's how
that's every show.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I feel like it's just extra long sometimes. But I love the show. We did it twice in our last trip. Jagger likes it. I mean, I just like the Muppets in general, and I have the movies, and it's fine. So I think obviously I'm gonna be fine, but I just think there's a lot of people that are upset
Of course, yeah. Well, nobody likes change, right? There's very few people that I even know that enjoy change. And again, I said it before, I said it earlier, I say it almost every episode. There are so many changes constantly happening in Disney World, especially right now. I mean, we're in the next couple of years, we're going to see a completely different parks, plural. It's just they already did Epcot, right? Yeah. They already changed up Epcot. Our Future World is gone, and I will forever call it Future World, forever and ever, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know the different sections. I know there's like World Celebration, World Nature, World whatever. It's World forever, it's forever Future World to us. Yeah. We miss the electric umbrella. We miss Mouse Gear of all things. So Epcot's done. Okay, now you have the Dino Land, coming out of Animal Kingdom. So we're going to see some Encanto stuff. We're going to see some, Latin culture. We're going to see Indiana Jones come in, right?
That's good. Yeah.
That's going to be a whole thing that changes there. And then again, Monstropolis in Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom. They even just announced recently, they released the concept art for, I don't think they're calling it Cars Land. I don't really know what they're calling it.
It's called Piston something.
Yeah, wherever they're going to be putting. I'm just going to call it Cars Land because I don't know the actual name of it. But that, and then Villains Land is going to come eventually. Who knows when? So the next couple of years, we are going to be seeing a ton of change, and unfortunately, whether we like it or not, it's going to happen. But guess what? We're still going to pay to go.
Yeah. And that's what Walt wanted. He wanted change. He wanted things constantly changing.
Yeah.
So I think it's just Muppets is people are just upset because it's been around, like the movies, since the 70s. And it was Jim Henson's last thing that he worked on.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the two main reasons. They've been in our lives for forever. So people are just surprised that you can get rid of, because like you got rid of Captain EO and you got rid of Honey, I Blew Up the Audience.
I used to love that.
And like those are okay. People are upset about those too, but I feel like there's something special about the Muppets that people connect to. So.
I understand. So like aside from the Muppets, because I know you're upset, but you're clearly not that. You're not upset compared to like all these other people.
No.
What's a ride that, or land, whatever, an area or a ride, we can even pinpoint just a ride that you would be that upset if they closed?
Figment.
Oh, I knew it. I was waiting for that. Well, okay, so through the rumorville, because things change. What if they change it again?
I'm okay with changing it. As long as it's still there.
Get rid of
Don't get rid of them. I think the People Mover, too, I'll be pretty upset about. And Pirates, and all those
Pirates.
The good ones.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right?
Obviously, Haunted Mansion.
To me, it's the classics. Like I love Flight of Passage. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are really that's Pirates, Guardians, and Flight of Passage are my top three rides, right? But like because Flight of Passage and Guardians, I guess, are so new.
Yeah.
That not that they would get rid of them, but I feel like if they changed it or they did get rid of it, I'd be like, all right, but like Pirates, that would hurt.
Yeah.
That one would hurt.
Well, I think the one that hurt the most is Haunted Mansion, but I don't think they'll ever get rid of that. So. That's one that's going to be to the end.
To the end. That's so scary to say.
And I don't know. There's lots of attractions and rides that we've lost already. And, I kind of want to know what you miss, like, too. Like, we're ready. Like, that's been gone. Like, what do you think?
Like something that they took away?
Just one of them, maybe. The one that you're most upset about, probably. I kind of think I know, but.
Do you? Well, I was a very big fan of MGM. Before Hollywood Studios was Hollywood Studios, it was MGM. I don't know why, but I liked it so much better. I'm not going to lie, Hollywood Studios is my least favorite park out of the four right now. But MGM was my top, and I was my favorite park. And I hated the fact that they got rid of the Great Movie Ride.
Yep.
I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I think it's adorable. The kids love it. It's a great ride.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed the Great Movie Ride. Did it need updates? Absolutely. But I don't know. Maybe that's just a nostalgia, for me. Yeah. And I think also because of the fact that it closed before I got to go on it again. I think that's why I was so upset when they closed it.
Well, like I never got to really go. I don't think I might have went on it. not remembered. I think maybe I did because I only went to Disney from when I was like 2 and then 14 and then all of a sudden when we started going. But I've only really went twice before we went all the time. So I did go on the old Figment ride
with the Dreamfinder.
Dreamfinder.
Wow.
I got to meet Figment and the Dreamfinder outside. A picture somewhere. We still can't find it. But so I don't remember because I was so young. I don't know if probably when I was 14 I did the Great Movie Ride because Hollywood Studios was not open when I was 2. So
right.
Not yet. And I do remember that big hat.
Yeah.
That Fantasia.
Sorcerer Mickey's hat. Yeah.
And
I have a ton of pictures in front of that.
My actual one would be the tour at Hollywood Studios.
Yes, the backlot tour.
The backlot tour.
I remember that. Oh.
I felt like that really captured Hollywood Studios. Like even today, I feel like it would still be really cool to like it would give it more of the Hollywood Studios vibe. Like you're seeing the behind the scenes of stuff and like I can't believe they actually. I know they took that away, and they put Star Wars and everything else. But I'm surprised because and there's also a lot of people that are upset about the avenue the lights Osborne.
The Osborne lights. Yeah. Bring that back, Disney. Bring
one day
the Osborne lights back. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Oh my God, people would go nuts for that. That was a hit. That was a very, very big hit, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
And Wishes. I was not the biggest Wishes fan. I am a huge Happily Ever After fan. Yeah. I cried when they took it away the first time. I cried when they brought it back. And I will cry again when they take it away from me again. But there are hardcore Wishes fans out there that, not that necessarily they don't like Happily Ever After, but they feel replaced, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot at Hollywood Studios that has been taken away from us. So more than I feel the other parks. And Animal Kingdom now is starting to take some stuff away. Epcot changed a lot now too, but not much Magic Kingdom changed. Now they are with the new lands and they're adding instead of taking away. Yeah. There, but the Hollywood Studios has changed so much.
Well, it went through a whole name change.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy how much it's changed. Like I don't know. I just remember a lot of things. Like even like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids. They had the life like you almost like you shrunk down and you were like there was like big giant bugs and plants. Yeah, I remember the battery. The battery. Was that I don't think that was in MGM, was it? I think so.
Oh no, yeah, that was in MGM because the show was in Epcot.
It was near the back lot.
Yes, I remember.
Eating thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I have pictures of me on
I think I do too, yeah. So, I think so.
Like that's, like you don't even remember that's there. So hopefully there's something that you remember about. I mean, I know they're not completely getting rid of Muppets, so that's good. Yeah. But I just wish there was something more family, because Muppets are family friendly. So.
Well, who knows what they really have in store?
Yeah, they don't want to tell anybody.
Again, with Monstropolis, there's just concept art, and we know that the roller coaster is coming.
Oh, that looks really cool. I wouldn't go on it, but it looks awesome. Right. And honestly, everything they have planned for that looks amazing. Yeah. It's just sad that they had to pull the Muppets.
Sure, but that's the thing. We don't know everything. We don't know everything that's planned. I mean, one thing that people were pointing out is in the concept art in one of the buildings, you could see like a little symbol on the building. And that same symbol is what is on, if you watch Monsters, Inc., the movie, right? That same symbol is on the restaurant that Mike Wazowski goes to. So they're thinking that that's going to be either, whether it's a restaurant, counter service.
Sushi restaurant or something?
Well, because that's what they go to, right? And then Boo gets loose and all of that. Well, Epcot does in Japan. Yeah. But who knows? Like, will it be a counter service and just be, Monsters Inc. themed? I don't know. Like Pizza Rizzo, right? Like right now, well, for the next hour or so, Pizza Rizzo, which, by the way, used to be Pizza Planet.
It's true.
That was my favorite thing in the world. They need to bring that back. Yeah. They need to make a Pizza Planet in Toy Story Land.
I don't know why they didn't do that with the barbecue place, but...
Well, the barbecue place is good.
It is. But I feel like Pizza Planet would fit perfect there.
Do you think it's because, I'm sorry, I'm going a little all over the place right now, but do you think it's because when you enter Toy Story Land, you are technically a toy?
That's true.
Right, you're technically like this little thing.
So they can't do it, yeah.
Right, and in the barbecue, when you go to the, again, you're still a toy. Andy's coming, you got to freeze. Like, you're one with the toys.
It's true.
So maybe that's why they didn't do, because like that's just a missed opportunity, no?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what?
It is. I think that's a good idea of why they didn't. Because they have to keep with the theming. People would complain. Yeah. Even Toy Story Mania, you shrink down, like you're in Andy's room or whatever.
That's right.
A Slinky Dog. So yeah, it makes sense. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think Hollywood Studios is doing a lot of great things like Star Wars Land, Toy Story Land. I love all that stuff. So. Imagine not having Toy Story Land now. Like, I can't even think of it. Or
just
Star
needs more
Wars.
shade.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
But
Toy Story Land needs more shade.
I don't know. I trust Disney. I do.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what's happening, and I'm just hoping that area, because there's definitely, if you go back to Rock and Roller Coaster right now, they have like those little like trail trucks with have different things to eat and whatever. So like you can totally make a whole Muppets thing up there.
Well, it's almost like when you go to a concert, right? It's almost like the merch booth.
Yeah, that's what
right?
It's like. Yeah.
And so
I mean, they can have merch. I'm excited if they have Muppet merch for Rock and Roller Coaster, because that probably would be cool, because they don't really have Muppet merch.
Right. I'm sure they will. Because, well, first of all, there is a store at the exit, so I can't see them closing that. That's literally how you exit. Yeah. And Rock and Roller Coaster has its own merch. They have, shirts. They had more back in the day, for sure. We went when we popped in there because we didn't know, we weren't sure what was going to happen. We just kind of wanted to see, what was available. But they have T-shirts. They were out of pins. Right. They have the drums. I'm sure they're going to have picks. That's right. Yeah, guitar picks.
I'm sure they will. And you know what? They used to have Muppet merch, because I do remember maybe the first or second time we went before we were filming vlogs and stuff.
That store was open.
And they had. Yes. I remember Kermit, Miss Piggy. You can buy like
You're right.
And then maybe they just weren't selling, and that was the start of it.
Well, before they closed it down and never reopened it, but before they closed it down, it was almost because I remember going in for the last time, and it was a lot of like an art gallery. Yeah. And then the shutdown happened, right? The pandemic happened, and then it never reopened, that store.
It was like special. So like maybe once in a while it would open for specialty things. Okay. So I would see on vlogs it would be open just here and there. Yeah. So maybe that was the start of it. And like you said, it's not well attended before this. So maybe just the numbers were that way. But I feel like Rock and Roller Coaster has already the ride's great for people. Like, not for me, but for most people. Maybe I'll go on. Maybe I'll go on it. We'll see what happens, because I kind of want to experience it with the Muppets. But combining that might be really a good idea. So.
Yeah, well, I will also see what it look. I mean, I'm sure they're just going to put walls up, and we're not going to be able to see anything inside. Kind of like they did with Galaxy's Edge. Remember that? It was just a wall, and then with the concept art. I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll come out with more news soon once they those walls do go up and construction starts happening. I don't know. I'm, again, like we said before, excited for Monstropolis. Monsters Inc. is great. The kids love it.
Great movie.
And I guess that's kind of the demo that Disney is aiming for. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. And I feel like by the fall that we might have like an actual date of when Rock and Roller Coaster is going to shut down.
Well, so 2026.
Yeah, but like when?
Yeah.
Early, late?
Because I don't think they're going to do. It seems like it's going to be a quick turnover too. Like, yes, they're going to because I don't know if there's a lot they have to do with the ride, because it's there's not a lot of they have to change the song, but I wonder what song it's going to be. That's what I'm curious.
The pre-show has to be changed, obviously. All of it, everything inside, the decor on the walls and all that. I mean, I guess that's little stuff when you don't, in the grand scheme of things.
They might make it a little different. Who knows?
I don't know. But
I can picture Animal going crazy in there somewhere.
Right, right.
Because the goal right now, you have to get to the concert. It's getting the people to the concert.
Yeah, right now with Rock and Roller Coaster. Yeah, you get backstage passes, and the car that you sit in is technically the limo, and you're going through the streets of LA is really what it is. Hollywood, whatever, to get to the concert. And when the ride ends, you are there. You're at the concert. Cool. That's the concept of it now. Yeah.
That's going to be a good turnover. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I think this is a good thing to talk about because, I think a lot of people get upset over rides closing or attractions closing. And because it is out of date a little bit, Muppets, when you watch it. Mm-hmm. But it's not even just a movie because there's like actual Muppets, animatronics, I guess, Muppets. And there's a live person that comes out, plays Sweetums. And the bunny, I forget his name. What is his name? I don't remember. But he's like a newer. He wasn't like part of the Muppets, I don't think, in the beginning. But I say let's do something with Gonzo too, because in Magic Kingdom, if you want to put where Stitch is.
No, they're not going to move Muppets to a different park. They're just not going to. Listen, Tomorrowland is a whole nother topic.
They're cleaning it up pretty good.
That is a whole nother topic.
Well, that's the thing. It's like everything's changing. It happens. And I think that we're sad to see Muppets go, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do next. Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be a good thing in the long run?
Yeah, I think the change is great. Like I said before any of this was announced, I mean, it just wasn't a popular area. Yeah. It just is recently because it's closing. Yeah. So yes, I think that it does need to be changed, but I also do think that they need to I guess keep something. I don't think changing Rock and Roller Coaster is good enough. Yeah. I agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe at that point, make that whole back area, like you said, make that something, where I want to keep calling it Lightning McQueen Racing Academy, where the villain show is. I think everybody's right. I think make that something Muppets, even if it's a different type of show. If you don't want to bring Muppets 3D there, I mean, it's not a big area. No. I think you would still do it justice, or they would still do it justice. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I just don't think they're going to. But hey. We'll see. I've been wrong many times, so
we don't know what's going to happen.
Right, we don't. Exactly. So anyway.
So yeah, hopefully everyone gets to enjoy their last run of the Muppets. We got to go one last time, knowing it was closing. So stay tuned for that vlog. Mm-hmm. So this was good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
And we will hang out with you on the next Adventures in Weberland.